Hey man, I just got out of plastic surgery. Did you pick up the Q5?
No, I got something a whole lot better.
What did you get? I swear, is that seriously another Kia Seltos?
This is the new, refreshed 2024 Kia Seltos, and with its better looks than its predecessor, I think it's a much needed upgrade. But starting at $25,000 with its top trim at $32,000.
Whoa, hold up. Haven't we done this before?
Yes, we have. And just like the beginning of this video in comparison to the last one, not much has changed with this new model of the Seltos.
This is Autolab.
Two guys reviewing cars and filming whatever happens in the process.
If you like what you see, subscribe and check out all of our other social media.
This looks exactly the same as the last car we did. You can check up here to watch that video. Why did you get another Kia Seltos?
Tell me how and I'll tell you.
I forgot, you broke your arm. Come on.
Yeah.
Why did you get another Kia Seltos?
Because this is not just another Kia Seltos. This is the 2024 refreshed Kia Seltos, completely different than the last one.
But it's still a Kia Seltos.
Yeah, okay, but in the same way that a Fiat 500 is not the same in the 50s as it is now, this is completely different than the last one.
I don't get it.
You're not gonna get it just standing there, are you? Get in the car, drive it, you're gonna notice the differences.
All right.
I'll wait here.
So let's see what Dylan's really talking about, because as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty much the same car. Same 1.6 liter turbocharged, 2 liter naturally aspirated engine choices, which this one being the 1.6 turbocharged, but you still have the same chassis, same suspension, but on the bright side, they at least put an extra gear in the transmission, now being an 8-speed. But how much of a difference does that really make?
You don't have to dive deep to find the differences between the outgoing Seltos and this one. The truth is, it's probably better if you don't dive deep at all, because that's when they start to look more and more the same. This is just a mid-cycle refresh, so you don't expect things to change all that drastically. You get a bump up in power. Under my right foot is 195 horsepower, up from the 175 in the previous model. And it really does feel like a jackrabbit just waiting to get out of its cage thanks to its turbocharger. It just feels like I have the power exactly when I need it. The steering does feel a little bland and digital. I will say it's exceptional how much control it offers you, knowing that this is built on the same platform as the Kia Soul. But the truth is, in the feedback department, you'll get more out of a Logitech gaming steering wheel.
However, the good news here is that you don't have to deal with that steering if you don't want to.
That's right, because this being the SX trim, you are blessed with the entirety of the Kia DriveWise suite. Essentially what that is your lane keep assist system and all your safety features. It works great, reads the lines in the roads accurately and takes curves on the road pretty smoothly. This has to be one of the most relaxing things I've driven in a while.
I can praise this car in a few aspects. When driving a small car, or even an SUV for that matter, you want it to react well to your inputs. To that degree, I'll agree with Dylan that this car does feel responsive and agile. Unlike the Chevy Trax, where that car, you feel like you have to react before you have anything to react to. You shouldn't have to time travel in order to be able to steer a car. When you drive a car like this, you want it to feel out of the way. You don't want any weird judders or anything like that making a hindrance to your driving experience. And this one, being the 1.6 turbocharged, it has an 8-speed gearbox, which when it shifts, it kind of judders and shakes around a little bit. That's why the CVT transmission exists, but that one's only in the 2-liter. So it drives fine, besides the occasional hiccup in the gearbox change.
Yes.
But the numbers I saw in there for the miles per gallon were a little off. What does it normally get?
Yeah, so it gets 25 city, right?
Okay.
26 combined, and 27 highway.
You realize it's terrible, right?
Huh?
It's terrible. The HRV, the CRV, the Crosstrek, the Trax, all of those get numbers into the 30s.
Okay.
And while we're on that subject, the high trim Chevy Trax starts well below. And another thing, you dragged me out here to film a car that we've already done and nothing's changed, and there's really nothing more that we can.
Having mutually decided that the Kia Seltos was a remarkable price for its offerings, I headed back on the road.
I didn't decide that at all. Stop saying things in voiceover that aren't true.
Okay, we're gonna ignore him for now because I want to talk about this car's infotainment. This is Kia and Hyundai's updated infotainment that we've seen in all of the newer Kia Hyundai cars, all the stuff that we reviewed at the New York Auto Show, and it's very, very different from the previous infotainment that was in this Kia Seltos. If you remember, or if you watched that video that we reviewed last year, that infotainment was horrible. I hated it. It was clunky. It was just difficult to use, not simple to use when you're on the road. And that's something that you want from a car, something that you can easily, okay, tap, that's what I need, done. This one is widescreen, especially with Apple CarPlay, which is great. I love widescreen Apple CarPlay more than anything. I mean, if I have widescreen Apple CarPlay, I'll use that over any infotainment that is ever been put in a vehicle. This also has driver profiles, so you can set your profiles and all your preferences based on the driver that's in the vehicle. So, basically...
Hey, Dylan, don't forget to mention it doesn't have wireless Apple CarPlay.
I was just getting to that.
Well, did you know it didn't have wireless CarPlay?
Of course I did.
Oh, really? Because you didn't know the Genesis we reviewed didn't have a CVT transmission either.
There's more that I find interesting about this interior than anything else, other than the omission of wireless Apple CarPlay, so much so that I made a list. The first thing is the ambient lighting. It feels very gimmicky. It feels like you bought a kit on Amazon and plugged it in here and just kind of let it be. There's no heads-up display, which is annoying because there's a cutout here for a heads-up display. There's no automatic wipers. The sound system is missing the Bose center point, so it sounds pretty bad. It sounds like there's no good sound stage in here. No dual zone climate control, which most cars typically have. There's no garage door opener. There's piano black everywhere. And it's made out of entirely cheap plastic. It's difficult to find a model with a sunroof, even though we were lucky enough to find one. And there's no memory seats.
Seats are comfortable though. It's a shame that they're green.
When did you get in here?
I've been here.
Oh, okay. I mean, I like the green though.
That's disgusting. It looks like the inside of my toilet bowl after I have a stomach flu.
At least I got rid of the auto start stop.
True.
Oh.
And they've switched it out for a digital gauge cluster along with their new infotainment. I actually really like this gauge cluster because not only does it have many customizations, and you know how I am with that. If you can't customize a gauge cluster, why even have it?
It's tiny.
It is. It is really tiny. Not as tiny as the Hyundai Elantra.
Okay, you got
a little bit
there.
bigger. And this also has a view for your 360 sensors, so it'll show you your parking sensors, things like that.
That's nice.
It also has traffic sign recognition, which I love when it's camera-based, and this is camera-based, not GPS-based. So if speed limits change, as they do, or you go through a school zone, or go up to a stop sign, it'll show you all of that.
What's the point? I can see that myself.
Well, what if you don't have eyes?
Then I shouldn't be driving.
Let's go outside. I have more to show you. So, upon delivery of a Kia Seltos, and actually pretty much any Kia model nowadays, you get access to the Kia app. The Kia app is actually pretty nice. I had a Mazda, which had an app, and all you could do was lock, unlock, flash lights, and start the car. This has a lot more. So come over here. As I show Matt also, you have your climate settings, and you can pick how you start the car. If you start it warm, start it cool, or even a custom start based on your defrosters and your heated and ventilated seats. You can set them like that. You've also got service reminders, recall reminders. You can start and stop the car, lock and unlock, which is standard, find your car, and a whole bunch of different features. And
That's
this
digital
car,
key.
it does have digital key, you're right.
Yeah.
It also has access for Apple keys and Samsung keys, which no one really uses because it doesn't work that well, but it's got it. So when they update it, you'll be fine. It's also got a really cool feature too. You walk up to the tailgate with the key, and a traditional car, I say traditional as if this wasn't a feature that started a while ago, a traditional car, there's a fire, we're gonna completely ignore that. A traditional car, bear with us. A traditional car has a kick sensor down here where you kick and it'll open the tailgate. This is just a little bit cleverer. You walk up to it. I haven't been able to get it to work.
Yeah, notice how it's still closed?
But it does it. I swear it does it. And isn't that just awesome?
No.
Because you could just walk up to it, you have your hands full of stuff, or you've broken your arm. You trying to break my other arm?
Clearly, Matt still wasn't getting the memo, so I put together a little game to show him just how much better this version of the Seltos was over the previous model.
I got these two puzzles because I didn't know your intellectual ability. So, choose.
What are we doing?
It's a game. I'll explain it to you. Pick a puzzle. All right, so let's see how you feel about this car and the way it handles trying to put together that puzzle in the back of the car while I drive at speed and in a bumpy road. This will be a test of suspension and handling and your ability to put together a puzzle. You can stick with this one. You already made your choice, Matt.
This is the location we've chosen, a mildly bumpy gravel road which we felt would be the perfect place to test just how different the ride quality is on the new Seltos.
We couldn't have chosen a better place. Are you ready, Matt?
No.
This test is genius, which is what I am.
Oh, why are we doing this again?
Because you seem to not believe that this car is better in every way than the last one.
Because it's not.
Listen, I was able to take a nap in the last one. You should be able to put together a puzzle. It's only 300 pieces, Matt. Come on.
Just because it's 300 pieces doesn't mean that I should be able to solve this.
Put the pieces together, Matt.
Can you slow down?
Yeah, slow down.
Well, now the pieces I had that were together are no longer together.
Is the puzzle together yet?
No! I can't even find the pieces I need.
All right, this is gonna get a little bumpy here soon.
That one's together.
Actually, you know what's really nice about this car?
What?
The brakes. Hey, I got a piece for you up here. Listen, Matt, I was able to take a nap in the back of a Seltos, man. I think you could put together a 300-piece puzzle.
I can't even find his head.
You know, I try to put these challenges together for us so that we can do something fun in our videos, and here you are, complaining.
I'm not complaining.
That's all I hear is complaining.
I can't physically do this. I think I'm down to like 250 pieces. I don't know where the other 50 are.
Oh, squirrel. Here's a puzzle.
This is impossible. You know, they said to start with the corner pieces.
Well, the road's getting smoother. If that's any consolation. This all-wheel drive system is just absolutely fantastic, though. Wouldn't you agree?
It's working. I'm just trying to get this puzzle done.
We're almost to the end. Are you almost done?
I think so. You're such a f***ing dick.
Do you need more time? Should we go back around?
No, I think I got it.
You're almost done?
Yeah, I think it's done.
Having decided that this puzzle segment was a complete waste of time, we decided to give you our closing thoughts.
I have no intention of making anybody believe that I don't like this car. I believe that the new redesign was actually pretty great for this car. I like how they kept the same concept of design while modernizing the DRLs. I like the textured chrome accent that they kept on the front grille as well. I like the new redesigned taillights, and I like how they modernized the interior. And the Bose sound system sounds pretty great, despite it missing the Bose center point. So there's quite a lot about this car that I like. But this being the SX trim with the additional sunroof package comes in at $32,000. And that puts it at the high end of the subcompact SUV market, and it also just puts it in general in a weird place in the market. Because you can buy a larger SUV for this kind of money, or you can just save some money and buy one of its competitors. Is it a great car? Yes. But does it feel like I'm driving $32,000? No, it really doesn't.
The truth is, this sits perfectly positioned to be a fantastic option in the subcompact SUV market. It's got good features, it's got good styling, and it has a good ride. Sure, the base model of this car is more expensive than the top trim of a Chevy Trax. And sure, Kia has omitted quite a few features that you'd like to see for your hard-earned money. But the truth is, between this, the Chevy Trax, the Honda HR-V, and the Subaru Crosstrek, I know which one I would like to drive on a daily basis.